That's been fine. We haven't had guys late. We've had guys on time. I mean, we just had a bad defensive practice. Offense was great. Defense was bad. It's third down day. We've been crappy on third downs. So direct correlation.
What do you attribute that to?
I mean, I think our guys just had a lack of focus today on defense. You know, we're trying to take some off of them physically, and not everybody can handle it when you take things off you physically. The mental side, and I think that was a little bit of it today. Elephant in the room, Sam Leavitt is out for this week. We will be starting Jeff Sims.
How's Jeff looked in practice, kind of responding to that news?
Awesome. And we brought him in to compete to start. I think Sam's a really good player, and you know, Sam beat him out, but it was close. Jeff had a good camp, and now Jeff, who started a crap ton of games, gets to go start again. To me, there's not much drama. There's not much starting a guy. One of the 22 people are different. One of the 48 guys that we're playing consistently are different.
You spoke during full camp about how these two guys, especially at the top of the queue, when it was still a human competition, how they were both Sunday guys. Do you feel like now seeing kind of Sims' development, kind of with the twos and all that kind of stuff, and now that he's going to get a chance to start, do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I think they're both Sunday talents, 100%. I think the talent level of both those guys, you know, you could put them in a room with NFL quarterbacks or pro prospects, and I think the talent level there for both of them are definitely the same.
What made you just want to announce the thing about Sims today as opposed to maybe waiting and keeping it under wraps?
Well, one, it's Wednesday practice. They're not going to change. Your padded practice is pretty much over. If you're changing your scheme drastically right now, you know, I think that's an advantage for us. So, and then two, I want Jeff to know how much confidence we have in him. This was never meant to be a secret or never meant to be hidden. You know, we have policies here. Just when you give so much access, you got to have some policies to protect your guys a little bit. But when things become drama-filled and it's just not worth it, like, we're going to win a football game. We're not going to play hide and seek. And I have a lot of confidence in Jeff.
What have you continued to see from Jeff as he's worked through the halfway point of the season, Ryan Sam?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What have you continued to see from Jeff and his growth since fall camp through the season?
Yeah, I mean, him as a teammate, I mean, if you can't rally behind a guy who was a senior, who transferred here to start, who's been the starting quarterback going into 4 collegiate seasons, he started week 1 for a football team, who's been nothing but a phenomenal teammate, who's been nothing but dialed in the entire time. If you can't get behind that and have belief in that, then I don't know what you can get belief in. And I think that's the biggest thing that's impressed me is his ability to worry about us and to worry about himself.
Any timeline on Sam and his injuries so far?
I could give you a timeline, but it's not real. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 4 weeks. I mean, hopefully the sooner the better. We have a bye week after this week, so you know, maybe the following week versus Oklahoma State. But you know, we're gonna get through this game this week, get through the bye week, and then kind of halfway through the bye week, and then kind of reassess it as it goes.
How nice is it to have that depth at quarterback? You have so many guys that can come in.
Yeah, huge. I mean, and then behind Jeff, you have Trenton, and you know, Trenton started a lot of games here, and so we feel as good as you can feel going into a game. And like I said, this game's about us. It's not about who the starting quarterback is. The starting quarterback's going to go out there and perform to the best of his ability. And it's about us as a staff and us as a team practicing harder, playing better than what we did today in practice. And we got to be able to respond to today to better tomorrow.
For a guy that you mentioned has started in 4 collegiate week 1s and having to start after a bunch of weeks after being the backup, do you think there's anything about like the confidence or the mental aspect of that you have to kind of had conversations with him about so far?
I think sometimes people over hype things, or like, you know, I don't know what the correct way to say that is, but they just overdo it. Like, I've had one conversation about him being the starting quarterback this week. Like, he knows he's the starter. He started before. Like, go play football. Like, you need like my pep talk. Like, do the same thing I've told you since fall camp. Own the football, make good decisions, get us in a good place, and then when it's downs that you need to extend and use your legs, use them. But we're not going to sit back there and, you know, be a team that runs our quarterback 40 times because a different quarterback's back there. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to play to the strengths of the quarterback. But at the same token, like, we're going to do what we do.
You just kind of talked about it a little bit, but does Jeff being under center, like, how does that maybe change what you guys do, like, in any particular ways?
Not really. thought that Sam was going to play this week, still earlier in the week, and really early in the week. So I mean, we put together the plan, not knowing kind of which one it is. They're both athletes. They both can make all the throws you need to make. You know, Sam's a little bit above his years mentally, so you know Jeff's played a lot of football games. You know, the knock on Jeff is turnovers, but sometimes, you know, if you look at stats, sometimes turnovers can lie to you. You know, you get caused anytime the ball's fumbled, it's a turnover. So if the ball gets snapped 70 yards over your head, it's quarterback turnover. If the ball hits a guy in motion, it's quarterback turnover. If you throw a Hail Mary at the end of a half, it's quarterback turnover. I think Jeff's a guy that I brought in here because I'm excited about him. And I'm excited to see him play football. I really am. Like it excites me from that side to see what Coach Royal, what this staff, what this team can do with a little bit of adversity, not just going on the road, and not just with the difficulty of that right now in college football, going 3 time zones, but now with the changing of your starting quarterback, another challenge. So I'm excited.
What point did you make that decision? Which day do you think you said okay?
Monday. Yeah, Monday morning was probably, but we game plan obviously. You know, we were off on Friday or Saturday, so Saturday and Sunday, you know, we're putting together plans. And I would say Monday morning, maybe Sunday night, we had a clue, but Monday morning.
It's the ribs, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that. I mean, there's some things involved. I don't want to get too much into the details of that, but yeah, he battled through it in the game, and kudos to him. He's really tough, and now we're back.
How remarkable is that he was able to play the rest of the game in a situation where he might be out a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying how tough he is. I mean, he's super tough. I mean, that's just who he is by nature. You know, he's tough. No other word really describes it. I mean, he hopped up from his injury and put his helmet on and ran back into the huddle screaming like a maniac. Like, if that's not the guy that you feel great about is, you know, one of the leaders of your football team, then I don't know what you want. Because that intensity, that passion, it fuels people. And then Jeff went in to finish that drive. Touchdown.
That's good.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.